In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. So, Holy Spirit does not come to convict you of your sin if you're a believer. Oh, if you're not a believer, He comes to convict you of the sin of unbelief. Jesus said, of sin because you do not believe in me. But if you're a believer, oh my goodness, Holy Spirit spends all day, every day, trying to get you to talk with Him and listen to Him so that He can reveal to you the things of the kingdom and tell you who you are as a child of God and tell you who God is as a good Father who loves you and cares for you in so many ways. So, let's talk about this sin thing a little bit more because I want you free from sin. Jesus is the Lamb that took it away. And so I want you to see that it's gone so that you can walk in victory in this life. Jesus wants you walking in victory. In Romans chapter 14, it's verse 23, the very end of chapter 14, it says this, loud and clear, whatever is not from faith is sin. See, the answer to any kind of a deeds of the flesh issue, any kind of a sin problem is faith. Because if it's not of faith, no matter what it is sin. We see that in James. I want to show you James chapter 1, and I'll start in verse 13. It says this, let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, and He Himself does not tempt anyone. Oh, each one is tempted when he's carried away and enticed by his own desires. And then, when desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin. And when sin is accomplished, it brings forth death. Oh, do not be deceived, my beloved brethren. See, the enemy will come to you and plant in your mind some kind of idea of a desire. And if you let that desire get into your heart, then it births sin. And as you let sin run wild, the wages of sin is death. It's always death. So what's the answer? Well, if it's not of faith, then it's sin. The answer is faith. Paul tells us that so clearly as he was talking to the church at Ephesus. In Ephesians 6, he talks about the armor of God. And in verse 16, he says this, in addition to all, you put on the armor, but in addition to all of that, you need to take up the shield of faith, with which you will be able to extinguish the flaming arrows of the evil one. See, the enemy will shoot arrows at you and plant desires, but it's in your brain, and that's not you. That's part of your flesh. And so don't let it get into your heart. Don't let it go to the inner man. And the way you do that is with faith. The answer to the sin problem is to look at Jesus, not look at your sin. Put off the old man that the enemy plants seeds of desire in. And put on the new man, full of faith, that shuts down all the fiery darts of the enemy. The answer to any kind of deeds of the flesh issue is put your eyes on Jesus. So do that today. We'll talk some more tomorrow. God bless you.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.